Elementals robots. Introduction. The Milky Way galaxy has been inhabited by a species and their machines. The biological species of humanoids are known as New Humanity. The solar year was 536 AD. For over 3,000 years, humanity had moved outside of its home solar system and into the great beyond of the Milky Way galaxy. In approximately 3100 AD, the solar system, containing 7 planets of the main sequence star B92, was colonized. With the advent of quantum portals coming from advancements in quantum jumping and quantum entangled fields, the ease of traveling from one planet to another, to one solar system to another, had become extremely feasible. In the habitable zone, the second planet from star B92 orbited Earth heaven. The solar system itself was very habitable for life, but the planet Earth heaven, being 3 times the size of Earth, with just as much extra land, was specifically ideal for human providence. Earth heaven is a planet abundant in all resources, and whose solar system has an abundant number of all necessary elements to run a high level of civilization. Earth heaven is the hub from which various missions are sent out. It is where we find the character Ada. Chapter 1: The Hot Planet Kepler 2b. Dr. Ada Rawlings, the lead exobiologist, stared intently at the holographic display showing the volcanic activity on Kepler 16b. The molten rivers of lava snaked across the planet's surface, threatening the small human colony established there. "We need to act fast," she said, turning to her colleague, Dr. Zain Habib, the chief engineer of the coldbot program. "Those eruptions are intensifying, and we can't risk losing the colony." Zain nodded grimly. "The coldbots are our best shot. Their cryogenic emitters can rapidly cool the magma flows, buying us time to evacuate the colonists." Ada zoomed in on the display, her brow furrowed. "But the portal's exit point is dangerously close to the largest lava flow. We'll need to deploy the coldbots with pinpoint accuracy." "Leave that to me," Zain said confidently. He activated the coldbot control interface, and a squadron of sleek, metallic drones materialized on the screen. These bots are equipped with the latest in navigation and terrain mapping tech. They'll hit their marks. Ada took a deep breath. "Then let's do this. Open the portal and prepare for coldbot deployment." With a series of commands, Zain initiated the portal sequence. A shimmering oval of energy appeared in the center of the room, its surface rippling like water. The holographic display showed the corresponding portal opening on Kepler 16b, amidst the fiery chaos of the volcanic eruptions. "Coldbots, you have a go," Ada said, her voice steady. "Godspeed, and may you cool those flows before it's too late." The first coldbot shot through the portal, disappearing into the shimmering oval. One by one, the others followed, their cryogenic emitters primed and ready to unleash their frosty payloads upon the scorching magma. Zain and Ada watched with bated breath, the holographic display relaying the coldbot's progress. As the first drone reached the lava flow, it released a powerful stream of cryogenic gas, rapidly solidifying the molten rock into obsidian. "It's working," Zain exclaimed, punching the air. "The coldbots are holding back the flows." Ada allowed herself a small smile, relief washing over her. With the coldbots' intervention, the human colony on Kepler 16b had a fighting chance against the relentless volcanic forces. "Now we just need to get those colonists off-world," she said, her mind already turning to the next phase of the operation. "But thanks to the coldbots, we've bought them the time they need." The shimmering portal opened, and the first coldbot emerged, its metallic body gleaming in the hellish glow of the volcanic eruptions. As it oriented itself, sensors rapidly mapped the terrain and identified the primary lava flow threatening the colony's evacuation route. Without hesitation, the coldbot engaged its cryogenic emitters, releasing a concentrated stream of ultra-cold gas directly onto the molten river of magma. Instantly, the extreme temperatures caused the lava to solidify, forming a hardened obsidian barrier that blocked the flow's advance. One by one, the other coldbots materialized through the portal, their precise deployment choreographed by the expert mission control team back on Earth Haven. They fanned out, targeting the various tendrils of lava that snaked across the planet's surface like fiery tentacles. In the colony's central square, the evacuated humans watched in awe as the coldbots went to work. Dr. Elena Vasquez, the colony's chief scientist, monitored the operation's progress on her tablet. "They're holding the line," she reported, her voice a mix of relief and amazement. "The magma flows are solidifying all around us." Indeed, the coldbots' cryogenic blasts created a rapidly expanding obsidian perimeter, stemming the destructive tide of lava that had threatened to engulf the colony's habitats and life support systems. As the final coldbot took its position, the evacuation sirens blared, signaling the start of the next phase. The colonists, grateful for the robotic intervention, began filing toward the designated portal zone, their path now clear of molten danger. Overhead, the colony's aerial drones captured stunning visuals of the coldbots' handiwork, a gleaming obsidian landscape dotted with the metallic forms of the robotic saviors. Clouds of frozen gas billowed into the air, dissipating into the alien atmosphere. "Evacuation is underway," Elena announced, her tablet tracking the colonists' progress. "At this rate, we'll have everyone through the portal within the hour." She looked up, watching as the final group made their way across the newly formed obsidian field, the coldbots standing sentinel against any further volcanic threats. "Thank you, Earth," she whispered, a smile playing across her lips. "You've saved us once again." Chapter 2: The Frost Planet Eclipsis. The Frost Planet is Eclipsis, and it is a planetary member of the new solar system. Eclipsis has a much longer period of eclipses with a number of its moons. This causes it to be remotely dark for a large percentage of the time, even when the star B92 is in the day sky. The Metalmelt Corporation has a team of a dozen Hotbot droids working hard on the inhospitable terrain of Eclipsis, mining for valuable minerals beneath the frozen ground. The Hotbots' high-temperature power cores keep their own mechanical joints and processors operational as they dig deep into the subsurface ice shelves. Without warning, the Hotbot squad cuts off all communication back to Metalmelt headquarters. Temperatures on the surface are sinking below operational limits, interrupting Metalmelt vital mining work. A rescue operation was quickly scrambled on Earth Haven. A repair crew of 4 specialized Rescuebots is dispatched via express portal to Eclipsis. These steam-powered firebots have strengthened armor shielding and internal heating banks designed just for this dangerous icy environment. Their mission: find and revive the disabled Hotbots to resume operations before Eclipsis completely entombs them in volatile overnight ice storms. Following the last known coordinates, the Rescuebots battle through half-frozen oil slush, leaking from their joints as they march closer. But when they reach the abandoned Hotbot tunnels, there is no sign remaining of their 12 lost mechanical colleagues, or what catastrophic event may have unfolded to make over a dozen iron robots seemingly vanish into thin air. Venturing deeper into the ever-darkening tunnels, the Rescuebots stumble upon strange clues: droplets of molten metal, branded symbols seared into the walls, and coded messages hidden under sheets of ice warning them away. The Rescuebots trudge deeper into the icy tunnels, their steam-powered bodies leaving a trail of melted slush and dead green egg sacs in their wake. The darkness pressed in around them, their headlamps casting long shadows on the icy walls. Suddenly, one of the bots froze, its sensors detecting a faint skittering sound echoing ahead. "Halt," it signaled to its companions. Potential hostile life forms detected. As if on cue, A massive spider-like creature descended from a crevice above, its metallic legs clacking against the ice. It reared back, mandibles gnashing, before launching itself at the lead rescuebot. The bot's reinforced armor deflected the initial blow, but the creature's razor-sharp legs sliced through exposed joints, spilling burning oil. The other rescuebots sprang into action, their thermal lances flaring to life, bathing the tunnel in an otherworldly crimson glow. A pitched battle ensued, the rescuebots fending off the relentless onslaught of the spider creatures emerging from every crevice and fissure. Molten metal sprayed across the icy walls, sizzling on impact, as the bots fought for their lives. A deafening screech echoed down the tunnel, a sound that chilled even their robotic cores. From the depths emerged a towering arachnid form, easily dwarfing its brethren. Her massive body shimmered with an icy carapace, icicle-like spines protruding from her armored segments. As she reared up on her hindmost legs, her maw unhinged, revealing rows of serrated metallic fangs. "Intruders," she hissed, her voice a grating screech of tortured metal. "You will freeze for violating my domain." With a sweep of one massive foreleg, she sent 2 rescuebots careening into the tunnel walls, their armor denting on impact. The remaining bots focused their thermal lances on the Frost Queen, but her icy armor deflected the searing blasts. Undeterred, the Queen lunged forward, her fangs finding purchase in one bot's shoulder joint. Hydraulic fluid sprayed as she ripped the limb clear off, tossing it aside like a discarded toy. The final rescuebot fought with everything it had, but the Frost Queen was an unstoppable force. With a final, brutal swipe of her leg, she cleaved the bot in 2, its smoldering remains clattering to the icy ground. Victorious, the Frost Queen raised her forelegs, issuing a deafening screech that echoed through the tunnels. Her spider children swarmed the fallen rescuebots, their metallic bodies rapidly freezing over as they began encasing their new trophies in icy tombs. Satisfied her territory was once again secure, the Frost Queen turned and retreated into the depths, her children scurrying in her wake, leaving only frozen wreckage in her wake. Rounding a corner, they came upon a cavernous chamber, the inner core of the Frost Queen's hive. The sight that greeted them was one of utter desolation. Frozen husks of their mechanized companions were strewn about, their forms contorted in twisted rictuses of robotic agony. In the center of the chamber, a gruesome tableau unfolded. Encased in a thick cocoon of ice were the remains of the human mining crew, their bodies preserved in a macabre frozen state. Their faces were etched with pure terror, mouths agape in silent screams. One of the rescuebots scanned the scene, its sensors picking up faint life signs from the encased humans. "Survivors detected," it reported, "but core temperatures are critical. Immediate extraction is imperative." A solemn silence fell over the control room as they prepared the grim task of notifying the families of the fallen. Eclipsis had claimed yet more souls, its frozen depths guarding its secrets and its horrors. Chapter 3, Moon Windus 8. The wind howled across the airless surface of Windus 8, whipping up clouds of jagged moondust in its relentless fury. Deep within the swirling maelstrom of the perpetual storm, a distress beacon pulsed feebly, the last faint cry for help from the research team stranded on the hostile lunar surface. Back at the main colony dome, the mood was grim as they watched the tempest progress on the monitors. Dr. Eliza Kovacs, the chief exobiologist, shook her head grimly. "That storm is too powerful for any of our rovers or drones to withstand," she said. "If we're going to have any hope of reaching the team before their supplies run out, we'll need to pull out our big guns." She turned to the chief engineer. "Initiate Protocol Alpha 9. It's time to deploy the Goliaths." Minutes later, the ground trembled as 4 towering figures strode out of the main hangar bay. Standing over 10 meters tall, The Goliath-class rescue robots were bipedal behemoths, their heavily reinforced titanium frames designed to withstand the harshest extraterrestrial conditions. Their optical sensors glowed an ominous red as they scanned the storm's massive front, proximity sensors extending to map the ever-shifting dune formations. Hydraulic-powered limbs cycled through final system checks as they prepared to venture into the heart of the tempest. Goliaths 401 through 404. Eliza's voice crackled over their comlinks. You have a go for rescue Operation Wind Shear. Your objective is to locate and retrieve our missing 6-person team before their life support runs critical. Affirmative, the lead Goliath rumbled, its synthetic vocalizer cutting through the roaring winds. Plotting vector to last known coordinates now. With Earth shaking strides, the towering robots advanced into the storm front. Whipping clouds of jagged particulate battered against their reinforced armor. But they pressed on undeterred, for no windstorm, no matter how violent, could halt the Goliaths from accomplishing their life-saving mission. Deep within the swirling vortex of the storm, the research team huddled together, their hastily constructed shelters straining against the cyclonic onslaught. Life support reserves dwindled by the hour as they fought to stay warm and conscious amid the howling gale. That's when they heard a thunderous booming, unlike anything they'd experienced, growing louder and more rhythmic with each passing second. Scrambling from their shelter, they watched in awe as 4 colossal figures emerged from the roiling clouds of moondust. The Goliaths, they came for us, one of the researchers exclaimed, fresh hope surging through his veins. As the towering rescue robots approached, they extended their massive hands, offering shelter and salvation from the raging storm. For on this desolate, wind-swept moon, when the fiercest tempest threatened, there was no force more powerful than the unbreakable spirit of the Goliath class. No storm could stand in their way when lives were at stake. Conclusion. Incidents like these underscore how robotic solutions can extend humanity's operational capacity in the harshest extraterrestrial environments. As we continue exploring and establishing outposts across the solar system and beyond, we will inevitably encounter extreme environmental conditions that would quickly overwhelm unprotected humans. This is where robust robotic explorers, rescue units, construction drones, and other specialized autonomous systems can truly augment our species' efforts. These technological marvels act as our proxies, gnashed shields against the debilitating effects of alien atmospheres, temperatures, radiation levels, and other hazards. Robots enable us to go where survival was once utterly impossible for biological explorers. They allow us to push the boundaries of discovery and habitability without requiring humans to directly withstand environment dangers. From the scorching cyclonic storms on Venus to the subterranean lava tubes of Io, robots can pave the way for eventual human visitation and colonization. Beyond their environmental hardiness, robots demonstrate incredible utility during crisis response scenarios here on Earth as well. From firefighting drones capable of braving collapsing structures to disaster relief units that can operate in toxic conditions, robotic rescuers show their mettle time and again. Their unwavering self-sacrifice in life-threatening situations spares human responders from taking on the gravest risks. Robotic technologies represent a pivotal force multiplier for humanity's efforts to explore, study, withstand, and ultimately overcome the greatest environmental challenges we encounter throughout the cosmos. While we may initiate the expeditions and missions, it is our robotic envoys that allow us to truly confront the extremes and survive. What might be catastrophic or impassable for an unassisted human becomes survivable with the strength, resilience, and expendability that our robotic partners provide. The Goliaths that rescued the Windus 8 crew epitomize this concept: singularly designed titans able to endure what we cannot, strengthening our capabilities as an interplanetary species. Environmentally hardened robotic systems are forging the path that will inevitably sustain humanity's perseverance to flourish among the stars. They are key enablers for us to stake our claim as a multi-world species capable of overcoming any environmental crisis through technological prowess and innovation. For it is only through our harmonized partnership with advanced robotic explorers, constructors and rescuers that we can truly cement our destiny as intrepid spacefarers, undaunted by the extremities the universe wields against us.